Hi guys, Ian from footballboots.co.uk here, and today we are ditching the ramble, bringing back the oval ball again. It's time for the Rugby World Cup quarterfinals, and we're going to talk you through the top 10 boots of this year's 2015 Rugby World Cup. Let's get into it. Starting off at number 10, we're looking at the Nike Hypervenom Phantoms. Now, they've been worn by David Pocock of Australia. He's been wearing their Phantom ones, and his pair ripped just like this. During a game, he had to switch them out. Now, there have been a few other players wearing Hypervenoms in the Electra Flare on occasion. There's also the Silver Storm. Really, the Silver Storm is the Nike go-to colorway for players at the Rugby World Cup, but Nike have been very much underrepresented this time around. So the one pair of boots we don't have with us today is the Asics Lethal. With Asics making the Wallabies jerseys, there's a whole bunch of Australian players wearing them. You've got Bernard Foley dominating with them, you've got Will Skelton, and there's a few other players as well, some Irish guys that got them on. So the Asics Lethal has been pretty popular throughout the tournament. At number 8, we've got the Under Armour Speedform, seen being worn by Memphis Depay in the Premier League. These were worn by Georgian player Memuku Gogodze. They're also worn by Canadian player DTH van der Meher and Drew Mitchell of Australia. Under Armour also make the Welsh jerseys and the Canadian jerseys at the Rugby World Cup. Coming in number 7, the first Adidas boots in the list. These are the Currys. They're not making kind of big point scoring contributions, they're not getting tries, they're not doing any kicking, you wouldn't kick in these, but they are doing the hard yards. You're seeing the likes of Dane Coles, Tony Woodcock doing the hard work at the front of the pack wearing these, and they're also being worn by forwards of a whole bunch of the other teams. If you see a guy in the front row, he's probably got a yellow pair of boots on, or black if it's the All Blacks. He's wearing the Currys. Forwards, one of the best boots you can look at. Number 6, we're looking at the Mizuno Neos. They've been worn by a huge amount of players at the Rugby World Cup. You've got the Samoan team, the Namibian team, the American team, all being kitted out in Mizuno Neos if they didn't have a specific boot deal in place. There's a couple of key players who've been doing really well at the tournament. Let me check my list. You've got Juan Pablo Sakina, Argentina, he's playing in them, and Tions Kutz of Namibia, he was also playing in the Mizunos. So a really standout tournament for Mizuno. They really shone on a lot of players' feet this time around. So guys, before we get into the top 5, just want to say we don't usually do rugby on the channel, and if you are interested in watching and seeing a lot more rugby stuff on YouTube, then make sure you check out rugbyboots.net. They've got Rugby Boot Review channel, and you can go there now, just click on the card and check it out. Come back and watch the rest of our top 5 now. Number 5, we're looking at the FFAT. These are the other Adidas boots if you're a forward, the likes of Kieran Reid and Rich McCaw wearing these boots, and all likelihood if New Zealand retain the Rugby World Cup, you're going to be seeing the trophy held aloft by a player wearing these boots. Number 4, the highest ranked boots from Nike in the list, the Nike Tiempo Legend 5. Seen them worn by Owen Farrell for England, Rhys Priestland for Wales, and Thierry Dusautoir in the pack for France has been wearing these. Number 3, the Puma Evospeed. A lot of players have been wearing the Evospeed SL at the Rugby World Cup. Bit of a surprise to us, but they've been everywhere and a very popular choice. You've got Francois Lowe of South Africa has been wearing them, and Argentine kicker Nicolas Sanchez, he was wearing them too. So Evospeed SL, a lot of players have been wearing them at the Rugby World Cup. Number 2, the Adidas Crazy Quick Malice. Tons of players scoring tons of tries, wearing these boots. Big standout tournament for them. A lot of players are wearing the Electric Pack yellow version. This is the black version that you've seen on the feet of Julian Sevilla and Milda Scudder for the All Blacks. You've also seen Brian Havana and a whole bunch of other players wearing these, scoring a bunch of points. Really popular with those wingers and fullbacks and even some centres at the Rugby World Cup. Number 1, no surprises, the Predator Inkurza. They scored a huge bunch of points at the Rugby World Cup already. They're going to make a massive contribution to what happens in the knockout stages. You've seen the likes of Greg Laidlaw scoring a bunch of points for Scotland, Gareth Davies, Dan Biggar for Wales, they've been wearing the Inkurzas. Those guys have been wearing the yellow Electric Pack. Also Dan Carter for the All Blacks, he does his kicking in this black pair of Inkurzas. They're going to make a huge contribution, as I say, to the rest of the tournament. They're going to decide who picks up that Webb Ellis Cup. Alright guys, thanks for watching this little video about a bit of rugby. We're going to be back to the football, so make sure you stay tuned to the channel. We've got a lot more videos coming soon. Thanks for watching and go enjoy your rugby.